Good morning. Let's see, I better check my microphones. Okay. Welcome to Writer's Write. I'm Ann Kimbrough, and we're here to do two 25-minute writing sprints as we are on Mondays and Fridays. Although this week on Friday, we are going to take it off because it's a holiday in the States and I have family visiting who will be right next door in the guest room. So yeah, it might be a little... might wake them up. I do this show in the morning if you didn't know. It wakes me up. Anyway, how are you? Welcome. What are we going to talk about today? I mean, for us it is a week of Thanksgiving, so I'm thankful for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, this is just a small little niche-y kind of show. Like I said before, it's one of the things that I just do it for us. This is just for us. This is just for our writers' support, content creators, whatever you're creating. I'm obviously creating a lot of podcasts lately, so it's a way to just have a community of people that are sort of like-minded creatively. Hey, Sergio. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Is your Monday off to a good start? Because you're actually in a different time zone, so you've already had pretty much some daytime. Hopefully some awake time. I don't know. How's the job? How's the fam? What are you doing for the holidays? Let's see. This music seems a tad loud. I've still even though everything's sort of about the podcast lately and launching it and creating advertising and promos for it, and I don't know. I feel like I've given it a good start. It's gotten over 300 downloads, and I don't know. I guess we're going into the third week. Or is this the last week? I forget. It's the last week of November, so this might be my fourth week. Yeah. So I feel like it's done good. It's finding an audience. I just released the 9th episode today. The episodes come out on Mondays. And it's a start. It's a start of something. To me, it's, many of these things, it's like you push your little babies out there, and our creative whatevers that we create, from books to movies, screenplays, however we get them out there and market them. What's fun about a podcast is that I get to produce it and put it right out to listeners, to the audience. There's no middleman. It seems a lot easier to launch than a book. Let's just put it that way. So I'm pleased with it, but I feel like I'm getting out of that launch mode philosophy, and now I've got to figure out what the long haul is, because it is a long haul. I mean, I've got to find... first who I'm engaging are people that kind of know me through social media. I mean, it's gone out to other people that don't know me, that's for sure. I don't think I could have gotten that many downloads on just people that know me. So that's interesting. But I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about how to scale your podcast, how to grow it bigger. And this one guy went through these 4 tips of things you should do. And I'm probably not doing any of them. And some of them I don't want to do. So anyway, but a couple of them I could do. So I figured I'll start there and see how that goes. But it is like a 6 months. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and learning how to do it better. But I think it's going to take I'll probably have a 3-month evaluation, but then a 6-month evaluation, and see where we are. At least I like it enough to keep going. So isn't that good? So I have my Cozy Mystery series, and I've done 4 books in that series, and I do want to write the 5th. It's been tickling, but I definitely felt like I got it to a place I could stop doing it and figure out that has not found its audience, not like the podcast has. So I don't know what to do with that. I feel like I should start a new... I have a couple of the book projects that I'm working on that I think might be more... Oh, you're going to your brother's house for Thanksgiving. Cool. Well, that's fun because you don't have to do it all. Yeah, I'm going to my dad's house, but we're taking the party to him. It's just easier that way. So yeah. But that'll be fun, and it's not the whole family, but it's all the family I want to see. Oh, is that bad? Anyway, it's going to be enough family. I shouldn't say it's all the family I want to see. There's a whole bunch of people I'm not going to see that I would like to see, and some of them not even blood relations. My friends. I would love if I could get a huge table and invite everybody I'd want. You guys would be invited, right? Virtually, you're invited. Don't come over to my house, though, please. Don't come knocking at my door. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's not an invitation. That's the good thing about this being a small group. You guys know me. Yeah. So, is it time? Oh, it is time. I'm right on the clock. Let's get the first writing sprint going. I'm like, what did I come here? What did we come here to do? Are you ready? On your mark, get set, write. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I got lost there for a minute. All right, mute me if you have to. I got to figure out something to do. And honestly, this keeps sounding louder and louder. I have been working on other things because I got to do a big editing thing though, and I can't do that while I need to do a writing thing with you guys. So this is not what I want. Had an idea. I think I'm going to write some blog posts. Always something, you got to feed the dragon. I only have one blog that I have a schedule to. That's kind of my plan for most things. I have one thing that requires regular work, and I put that in daily. And then I have a couple other projects that just require a little bit of work. That's much more flexible. And that's how I can juggle a couple projects. And then, of course, if something comes along that really needs me, then everything gets dropped for that. But usually, though, what I've already created, I'm usually able to maintain. Yeah. So, Sturge, I don't know if you tuned in time, but I'm going to be off on Friday. This Friday, though. If you hit the notification bell, you'll know when I'm live. If you choose to meet me live. Otherwise, don't be surprised that there's not a Friday edition of Writers Write. Because I will be playing with family who will be in town. We have some plans, things we're going to do. But a lot of it, hey, it's Vegas. It's pretty easy to wing it here. But we do have some good plans, and I'm looking forward to that. Gonna go see a show, because my son is working it, so we're getting in for free. Isn't that fun? That's the benefits of having an adult son, who I'm not gonna call my younger brother anymore. I've decided I'm gonna own him. I'm owning my age. Yes, I do have a 21-year-old son. And I'm proud of him. So, I shouldn't call him my younger brother anymore. Honestly, I have never in person introduced him that way. I wouldn't. You gotta be proud of your kids. Alrighty, where's that thing I was gonna thing? I hit it. No, I opened it. I buried it. There it is. I think if I minimize that... Yay! It didn't stop working. My music. Alrighty. I just have way too many words in this chapter. Have you ever had to chop a chapter? Figure out how to break it? Do you guys look at your chapters that way? Thanks, Serge. I hope you have a fun time with your family. Are you going to obviously it's Thursday is the big Thanksgiving day, but people come in. It sort of goes over the whole weekend. Hopefully the leftovers last that long. Yeah, I got to do a lot of cooking this week too, because I do the meal. Although I make it easy because I've had disasters making turkey before. I mean, it's kind of a rite of passage when you cook. And it's not that I'm a good cook, but it's the giblets. I one time could not find, they put a little, if you don't know, if you buy a turkey, they hide the like kidney and heart or some, the stuff you don't even want to see that you use to make giblets, I believe. Anyway, they hide it in a plastic package somewhere inside the turkey. I mean, the turkey has this huge cavity inside. Why don't they just toss it in there, easy peasy to find? No, they don't do that. They stuck it up in the neck fold anyway, the first time I cooked a turkey, I knew it was in there. I read the packaging. I knew I had to remove it. I could not find it. I could not find it in the turkey. How's that possible? So I thought, well, they just didn't put it in my turkey. Well, they did. So the problem is that when you try to cook a turkey and it has plastic in it, it's toxic. You should not eat that turkey. Which luckily, when everybody showed up for the meal, I did mention how weird it was that I couldn't find the little packet. And they said, well, that's not good. And the turkey was cooking, it was taking much longer to cook. So it also had that problem, probably because of the packets being still in it. So of course we took it out of the oven. My sister-in-law, the sister-in-law at the time was there, and she's like, no, something's wrong. So she pulled it out. We pulled it out, and I mean, we had to wait till it cooled down. But we decided that, she said, it's in there somewhere. We can't eat it. And I'm like, here, you've made this meal. Luckily, it was just my mom, my dad, my brother, his wife, and our son, my husband, of course. And so they decided, just go to the grocery store and buy some of those roasteria chickens. So that's what we did. So we had a chicken dinner. chicken. But I made all the sides. So see, that's what I learned, is that everyone loves the sides. The turkey's kind of like, well, who cares if you made it or not? We did, by the way, find the packet. It was in this neck. So the turkey, where they cut the head off, they take the neck, fatty, whatever, and they push it in. And for some reason, they had tucked it up. Because I cooked turkey after that, because I had to, get over the disaster of making turkey that one time. It is always hidden, but it's usually just sort of hidden up somewhere. It's not like tucked into fatty tissue. I mean, that part is just gross. I mean, it's all just gross. It's so messy to do turkey. So you should really appreciate it where you can get turkeys and buy them pre-cooked. So that's what we do. We do honey baked ham. They do not sponsor this show, but that's what I do. So I got to pick it up today. So I'm getting they do a smoked turkey. I don't want to call it a loaf, but it's not, I don't buy the turkey. You can buy the real turkey from them, but this loaf, it's all sliced. It's all perfect. It's ready to go. It's delish. And I serve it cold. You could heat it up, I guess, but so I get that turkey and I get some ham, and then I make all the sides, and all the sides are warm and yummy, and it's a good meal. There's usually leftovers, and then we usually do the same thing at Christmas. But by Christmas, I feel like, so my husband's Canadian and he's American too, but he's both, depending what country he's in. But he's both, but he'll always be Canadian. And so Canadians' Thanksgiving is like October, right? Isn't it October? Anyway, we used to try to when I first got married to him, I felt like he had to celebrate. So we would have a Thanksgiving meal in October, and then we'd do one in November. And then at Christmas, you basically do another Thanksgiving meal. And that became too much. And it's really hard to do Thanksgiving in October. You can't get a lot of the stuff you normally buy. It's harder to get in the States. So we just finally said, okay, we'll just do Thanksgiving, an American Thanksgiving. And even now, I feel like we've gotten to that next stage where we feel like turkey. One meal of that, one Thanksgiving meal a year is enough. We don't have to do the same thing at Christmas. So Christmas has become something else. And of course, now we've got like 8 people. It'll be 8 people. That's a lot. In my mind, I come from a family of 4. So 8 people, it's not small, but it's not huge, but it's a lot of people still to feed, right? And if you aren't used to feeding that many people, it's like I'm always worried that I don't have enough food. So I always want to have a little more than enough, and especially Thanksgiving, because you like to send people home with food. Although in this case that won't be a problem because my son's coming and going off to work. He's got to work that night, and so he won't want to take any food with him. And whatever food I leave, I'll leave for my dad, because the rest of the food, everybody's living with me. So whatever, we're not gonna eat a lot of leftovers. When people are in town, we're gonna have fun. You're not a fan of turkey? Oh, so you would have liked the chicken. That's cool. Well, I used to work with a girl that her whole family absolutely hated the Thanksgiving meal. They used to do pizza. They would always do pizza. And at the time, I thought that was so radical. But now I'm like, yeah, go for it. Why not? It's not about what you eat, really, right? It's supposed to be about just being together. If you can be together. There's that other part about Thanksgiving, like you have to be with family that you don't like. I mean, I don't get that point. Because to me, I thought it was about the Pilgrims and being thankful that they survived the winter. Wasn't that what it was about? Anyway, things change over time. So now it's supposed to be a reunion of sorts with family. Well, at least this year it'll be hopefully much more, the traditions get to come back. Last year was nuts when it came to the holidays. Although I did have a friend invite me to a Christmas party, and I think it was going to be like a dinner. Unfortunately, the family that are visiting will still be here. It was a very early, like December 4th, I want to say, which I don't mind. Normally I love someone to have a party early December to kick off, the whole. There's so many things to celebrate in December. So to kick off that whole festivities, I love that. But, and so I couldn't go because we had family. But then I thought about it and I'm like, do I want to go? Am I ready to go to a party of, I know some of the people, I would know some of the people that would be there, but I wouldn't know all of them. And I wouldn't know anyone well except my friend. And I don't know if I'm ready for that. I mean, that kind of goes into this whole anxiety about COVID and the quarantine and wearing masks and all of that. There's something. Giving thanks. Yes, you're right. It's about giving thanks. I like to, gratitude to me is something that's on my agenda every day. I usually remember it at the end of the day. But I'm thankful that we're here. I'm thankful that I'm able to do this with you guys. 12 minutes. Make it count. 12 minutes left. Yikes. Yeah. So yeah, I've got, this is chapter 6. Is that what it's telling me? No, chapter 5. Chapter 5. And I've got way too many words. I'm trying to get these my word count per chapter. Oh, what's that one? That's weird. What does that say? Oh, okay. Never mind. I just scared myself. So this chapter has 3,000 words. Oh, I see. This chapter has 2. So 2 to 3,000 seems to be my range. Yeah, that one's 2,600. So yeah, that's 22. All right, so this one has a section that's 760, and then I've got a section that's 24. That's a little longer than 3,000. I don't know if I can break it though. So I gotta read this whole chapter. This is where I've been rewriting it. Oh, this has to have a natural break. It really should. Have you ever done a master rewrite of something? I mean, like, a major rewrite. I mean, I rewrite everything, but to have to almost take it right back down to the nuts and bolts, it's kind of hard. I feel like I'm getting around this, and it's kind of my my leftover project that it doesn't have any agenda to getting it done on a specific time. But I do want it done, and I do want to see it keep going. Are we thinking about that yet? Oh my God. Are we thinking about end of the year? Like, what do you want to get done between now and the end of this 2021? Creatively, that is. Do you have something that has been on your agenda that you just want to release? Hey, Allie! Oh, that's great, Serge. You get to say the prayer. There used to be people in the family at different times that came, that was their thing. And they would come with this elaborate, wonderful prayer. It was more like, there was people I used to go to their house for a while. Isn't it funny how it changes? It's like, I feel like Thanksgiving traditions are sort of seasonal in their own way, like for a segment of time. Allie, Bo Bally. I'm a cowgirl? No, darling, this is a fedora. This is, I'm very, noir. You see, it's not a cowboy hat. But I'm not opposed to them. I used to have a really cool, like a bolero kind of cowboy hat. And oddly, I got rid of it. It's so stupid. Hats come back into style. I don't know why I didn't save it. It was so cute. But it wasn't black, and it's got to be red or black to go with my room, right? Oh, thank you, Allie. Yeah. And I know you probably aren't celebrating, Allie, the Thanksgiving, but in your heart, you still can. Yeah. I do have that on my mind. It's starting to think about the end of the year. Like, project-wise, what do I want to get out by the end of the year? So I have one book that I've been working on. It's sort of a middle grade to, I guess kids up to YA-ish, but it's more of a kid book, and it has a lot of graphics. And I'm using Canva to create it, so I'm not 100% sure how it's going to look. So I've got to get it. I'm really close to being done with my first version of it, and I need to upload it to Amazon and then order a proof. This is one I really have to see the book, because I think it's going to be, where is that book? I have other books that it's way over there. I'm just afraid it's going to be really thick, because there's graphics in it that I'm sure will bleed through the page. So I'm really worried that, because I'm making the back pages mostly blank, so it won't bleed through. But technically, it's like a book you'd write in, so the blank pages are meant to be written notes. It's a mystery, so you can it's for kids to follow this mystery and keep notes. So, to guess the mystery. So, I'm really worried that because you have to put a blank page behind every page with graphics, which is every page, I'm afraid that that's going to make it quite thick book. Anyway, so the goal for that is I have to get it done so I can order the proof, and this still come lately. Oh, and then with Christmas, the holidays, I'm sure it's going to take a couple weeks to get the proof. So, start doing the math. Will I actually be able to go live with a book by the end of the year? Because I'm sure once I get the proof, I'm gonna do a major, editing of it, looking at it, reading, circling, writing all my little change edit marks. I'm gonna get the red pen out and go, and maybe I'll learn something about the layout, because I constantly keep playing with the layout. So that maybe, since the pages, I'm worried about the bleed through. I might be able to take down the, how bold some of the artwork is so it doesn't bleed through as much. So I don't know. It might require a second proof. Yeah, it probably will. So I don't know. It's very hard for me to think I could get that done by the end of the year so it would be up for sale. I'm certainly going to miss the Christmas season, so I don't know why I'm pushing so hard. I don't know. Do you feel like that happens with books? I've never seen that personally. That, I know a lot of authors that have a fan base try really hard to get some books out for Christmas for people to buy, to have. I don't know. You miss Thanksgiving. Oh, well,